All right, Mr. Hauser, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
I have nothing to say.
You have nothing to say. Why do you have nothing to say? I mean, but wait a minute. Wait, let me tell you, before you answer that question, let me tell you where you're at in life here, okay? I can, in the next 30 seconds, I can send you to prison for 36 months. Did you know that coming in here today?
No.
No. Why didn't you know?
The timing for the offenses were varied depending on the conviction today.
Huh?
The amount of time for the offenses varied depending on the conviction today.
The maximum is 36 months in prison. Do you know that I could do that?
Yes.
Okay. So why do you have nothing to say?
Well, from the beginning of this court, I've been explaining everything to everybody, the way it happened, how I feel. When I went to the probation office, I wrote down everything, how I felt and what happened. You had people write letters and things like that, talk on my behalf. I'm not going to say that I don't feel I have anything left to say, but I just feel I'll just be saying the same things over and over again.
You don't have a problem with drugs or alcohol?
A problem? Yes.
Well, why did you tell the probation officer that you didn't think you had a problem with drugs or alcohol?
From my opinion, I don't overdo it with drugs and alcohol, but with the definitions of how I operate with them, then it would be put in the place of I have a problem with them.
So how do you plan to address the problems with drugs and alcohol?
So my idea from starting this probation or this court situation, it was just done from there, and I would get the help that I need during this process.
Okay, when's the last time you used any alcohol?
New Year's, maybe. Yeah, that's what I told the girl, New Year's.
What girl?
The probation officer.
That girl back there?
Probation officer.
Yes,
New Year's.
What's her name?
I honestly forgot. I'm not good at memory.
You got to start paying attention to stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You do have a problem with drugs and alcohol. Okay, this is your second OVI, and if I believe what you say in this pre-sentence report as you report it, you have no idea what happened that night. You just kind of became aware of things when you got tased.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened that night?
So when I went to go get my car from my friend because he went to take my car to go pick up his friend in Shaker Square from this vegan place. I didn't know that. I went to go get it. And I mean, it wasn't supposed to be there. I wasn't even supposed to be out there. My knee was still messed up at the time, so the simple fact that I'm out still trying to heal was crazy. So from that point, went to go get it. They already got a bottle. They in the car.
Well, if you used your car to pick up a friend,
I did.
Why did you feel the need to go get the car?
Because it wasn't supposed to be out. I didn't have my tags weren't registered or anything yet. Because in June 13th, I had the knee problem when I shattered my knee. So I couldn't register anything. I just got the car 30 days beforehand.
So what alcohol had you consumed before you went to get the car?
No, I didn't. When I was there, they had a bottle themselves.
I'm asking you what alcohol you consumed before you left to go get your car.
But I didn't consume nothing before I left to go get anything.
What drugs
I consumed it while I was there.
What drugs did you take?
I was asleep, Your Honor. I didn't do anything.
Okay. So you get to where you're going.
Yes.
You got a ride to where you were going.
Yes.
From who?
My friend.
Who?
Michael.
And then what happened when you got there?
Went to go get my keys, and then I was like, okay, if this was the idea, you dropping people off, and he's about to come out, then might as well do it. Might as well just take him home, call it a day, end it from there. But then, I guess too much alcohol went. We had Grey Goose vodka. I'm driving. We stopped at a gas station. He thought that I was backing up about to hit his friend Fonte. George did. And George just went and started punching my window. Just pow, 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 broke it after the fourth punch, And then I had to get in, step out, talk, try to deal with that. But then I had 3 people trying to assault me at one time. They tore my whole car up, broke every window, broke the fender and everything. And I'm just trying to get away at this point. Stole my watch, stole my phone. I'm a GPS person. I can't get anywhere without GPS. I didn't know which direction I was going. I just wanted to get home at this point.
When you got a ride from Michael, where did you go?
To Shaker Square.
Okay. And where was George and this other person?
And George was in my car. Fonte was in my car. Eric was in his job in Shaker Square.
Who?
Eric. Eric is the one that was working at the vegan place that he went to go pick up.
Okay.
And Fonte.
So then you got your keys and you were going to take
Eric and
the other 2 home?
Yes. They live in Euclid.
Okay. So did you get in the car and start to drive to Euclid?
Yes.
Okay. And so when were you drinking the Grey Goose?
While I was there, when I was getting the keys, took a shot, to calm down, just keep everything cool and calm, like I'm there, not on no type of problems or anything, took a couple of shots for, like, I guess, solidarity, friendship, like I'm not there on no mess. And then
it doesn't seem true to me.
Why doesn't it seem true to you?
So there was no problem when you got there, right? You got your keys. There was no problem between you and George and the other.
I had to talk to him. It's not a problem if I have my stuff and I get my car back. Yes, everything's safe and sound. It will not be a problem. I agree.
So when did you get to the point where you had to calm your nerves down by drinking vodka?
Well, you already have my car. The nerves is already there. You don't have a license. You're driving my stuff. My tags aren't, good. The car could be gone at any moment. I just got it like 45 days beforehand, So, I mean, nerves is going to be there. Anybody would, if you...
Why don't you tell them to blow off and you just leave?
Just leave them?
Why were you dealing with people who took their car when they weren't supposed to take it?
I've learned through the situation... I keep hearing, you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. I guess my awareness wasn't there, to the point of... Okay,
so why don't you kick that dog out of the car and leave and go back home?
I'm not I don't know. I didn't see it as I was an ending thing for the friendship or anything like that. Because if I did that, then it would have been done. I would never be talking to you again, And I mean, it could have just been a mistake. I tell you don't do it again, then... you'd never do it again.
So, did you get some resistance from them about you coming to get the car?
Resistance? Yeah. I mean, I got there, and I was on the phone with him before I'm coming to get my stuff. There shouldn't be no resistance at all.
I'm asking you, was there?
But I was saying no.
Okay. So how long did it take you to get? Where did you go? You ended up at what gas station?
I do not know.
Okay, well,
I was in Euclid somewhere.
Huh?
I was in Euclid somewhere. I was like probably 15 minutes away from their home.
So when did the argument happen?
When we put into the gas station.
Up until then, there was no argument.
It was cool.
Okay, you just for the last 15 minutes, you've been drinking Grey Goose for some reason.
Yes.
Okay.
I have the video of the Fonte boy telling everything, but I mean, yeah, my words.
And so why did everybody suddenly start busting out your windows?
So apparently Fonte, so George Fonte, my friend was George. His friends is Fonte and Eric. So apparently him and Fonte were talking at that time, but he wasn't supposed to be, I guess, in that type of relationship. So when he thought I was about to hit him with my car, like back up, when I was just trying to back into the pump spot, he would just went off right there, like, why are you trying to hit my nigga? Why are you trying to hit, like, my person? And then that's it went from there.
Why did they get out of the car?
They got out the car to go into the gas station. I went to get gas.
And so how much had you had to drink at that point?
Me personally, probably, 5 shots maybe.
5 shots in 15 minutes?
You said at that, yeah, probably, yeah. Not that hard.
You don't have a problem with alcohol?
I don't think I do.
No.
I mean, yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Well, I don't think you're the least bit aware of where you're at. Where do you work?
I was at STNA. I don't work anywhere right now.
Doing what?
So I was taking care of the elderly.
So why were you drinking and smoking pot on January 1st?
It was New Year's. That was it. Celebration.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a celebration. That was it.
So part of your bond condition is you not take any drugs or alcohol.
I was not aware of any of that.
Well, you signed the bond form, didn't you?
Yes.
So you were here on December 20th. You pled guilty, and you went over to probation, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you took a drug test.
Yes.
And it came up positive for marijuana, right?
Yes.
Okay. When did you go back to probation to finish this process?
We did everything that day.
Right. Did he come back for an interview?
January 3rd, Your Honor.
Okay.
January. Was that the same day for everything?
No. December 20th you were here. Miss
In
Newman,
this court.
you were here, right here.
Yes.
Miss Newman says you came back January 3rd for the interview. And you tested positive again for marijuana, right?
I've only did one drug screen this whole process.
He said two, Your Honor. He did a drug screen at the time of the referral, and then another screen was at the time of the interview.
Okay.
So the only reason you did any drugs or alcohol on New Year's is because it was New Year's.
Celebration, and I mean, this court case was going on. At the end of it, it was, okay, jail time and probation. So if I have a problem with drugs and alcohol, I was going to get that help during this process.
So you might as well party on, right? You got to come here anyway.
I mean, life was what life was. I mean, life is.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I mean, it's been going downhill since June of 13th, day after my birthday. Lost job, broken knee, lose car, lose a person I was talking to. Now I'm going to court, about to go to jail, like felony on the record. Like, understand, anybody would not be mentally okay, but I continue to come back. You know, I'm not evading any consequences or anything like that. I'm owning up to it. I understand, yes, I do maybe abuse alcohol and drugs, you know, but the situation, I'm not in the wrong, I would say, for what happened, you know.
You're not in the wrong for what happened? You're going 120 miles an hour, leading multiple departments on a chase, and you're not in the wrong as to what happened? Who's in the wrong, then?
I mean, if you understand, like, how somebody would feel in that moment, if you already said I was intoxicated, I just got attacked by multiple people, my adrenaline is here, I don't have my phone, I'm lost, I'm scared. It's a lot, you know, going on at that time. I mean,
so your solution is to go 120 miles an hour down the road?
I don't think that was a solution. I just think that was just the action that took place.
So what are you going to do about it?
Meaning, do about?
I mean, what are you going to do about it? You just told me your tale of woe. If things went downhill in June.
Yes.
Okay, now it's 7 months after June.
Yes.
Almost 8 months after June.
Right.
What are you going to do about it?
Well, if I was not in this situation right here, I would have already.
You are in the situation that you are in.
So
what are you going to do about it?
I was trying to answer your question. Well, I mean, I would go back to work, you know, take care of the things I was already taking care of, you know, take care of a home, you know, taking care of people at work, you know. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty occupied with everybody else's problems. So it's like I don't be out here doing anything that anybody would try to say that I am doing, or the image that people have of me. But as of now, stop drinking and doing all type of drugs. I mean, it ain't getting me nowhere, but at this point right here, so I see that lesson. I've been learning this whole 8 months, you know, about things that I can do better in life, seeing from a different perspective, you know. And it's not all about just helping everybody. I have to be there for myself as well, you know. And that may have been one of the reasons why I was abusing drugs and alcohol. But, I mean, that's not an excuse. I just have to find better vices. But I didn't have the time, I would say.
All right, anything else you want to say?
No.
All right, Mr. Hurd?
Thank you, Your Honor. First, as to the chase, the state would respectfully request the court find the defendant's flight from the police causes substantial risk of serious physical harm to persons or property. His car really wasn't in a drivable state.
I'm not sure why I need to find that if he pled guilty to it.
Okay, Your Honor.
But
It's the court deferred the finding at the info here.
okay.
Is what I was
I
addressing.
mean, we seem to go through this on every failure to comply, but I think I've already found it since he already pled guilty to it, right? He admitted the offense.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Well, I'll move on then. He did get into an extended chase reaching speeds of 120 miles per hour, a 990 eastbound, and 80 miles per hour in residential zones, as well as violating a lot of different moving violations for speeding, reckless hop, lane use control signal indications, and also his license was suspended. Also, when he submitted to a breathalyzer test at around 2:53 a.m., his breath had a concentration of 19 hundredths and 2,000ths of alcohol per 210 liters of his breath. And that was around an hour and 40 minutes plus after he was initially pulled over at 1:08 a.m. So he was certainly driving with a higher blood alcohol content. Today, Mr. Hauser initially didn't even have anything to say to the court. He had to think about whether he had a problem, despite him stating to the probation officer he was drinking 2 to 3 bottles of tequila a week and a blunt and a half a day. Then today, he told the court that he doesn't have a drinking problem, despite him admitting to have drinking 5 shots in 15 minutes. He also said that he needs to find better vices, but it's the state's position he needs to find better coping mechanisms, positive coping mechanisms for stress in his life, and not different vices that could result in criminal behavior and high-speed chases. Rather than calling the police for help after he said he was assaulted and his vehicle was damaged, or even asking for help after he was initially pulled over, he got into this very dangerous high-speed chase that crossed 3 different police agencies' jurisdictions. Therefore, the state would ask the court to find that he did cause substantial risk of serious physical harm to persons or property and sentence him to 9 months local jail time and community control sanctions, such as JTP. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report, the drug and alcohol evaluation, the letters submitted this morning by Mr. Matthews on behalf of Mr. Hauser. Listen to Mr. Hauser speak. Counsel considered all provisions in 29-29-11, 29-29-12, and 29-29-13. I'm going to find you're amenable to community control. I'm going to put you on community control for 5 years. I'm going to sentence you to, as the terms of community control, 68 days in Lake County Jail with credit for 8. The last 30, you'll complete the jail treatment program and follow all the recommendations. You'll obtain a mental health evaluation and follow all those recommendations. You're to have, I mean, I don't know if you think this is funny or not, but I don't think it's very funny.
I'm not laughing.
You're to have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You're to obtain and maintain full employment. Get a valid driver's license. Pay the cost of supervision fees associated with this case. Ms. Newman, any other terms?
Your Honor, were you wanting him to attend any AA meetings?
No.
Okay.
Follow the recommendations. If the recommendations are made, which you should do that, then you do that. On count 1, your license is suspended for 3 years. On count 3, it's suspended for 1 year. You understand all the terms?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you fail to comply with the terms, and I find you violated the terms of your community control, and you face potentially 36 months in prison. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then when you get out, you might be, or you will be on post-release control for a year, up to 3 years. Under the parole authority with conditions, if you violate the conditions, the parole authority could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. If the violation is a new felony, you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for the violation, the maximum of which would be the greater of 12 months of the time you have left under your post-release control. Anything else, Mr. Hurd?
Your Honor, there's also a mandatory minimum fine on the OVI of $525.
$525 fine on count 3.